What's up, y'all? Hope y'all doing good. You clicked on this video because you just got that warehouse job or you're thinking about getting a warehouse job. So I'm gonna give you 5 tips on how to survive and stack up your first 10K. And if you're someone who has worked a warehouse job before, you know it's not easy. So you really gotta prepare for the work you're gonna have to do. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe. I'm gonna be posting a lot more finance and motivational videos. So if you wanna level up and get your life together, this is the place you wanna be. All right, so for the first tip, this is when it really eats away your paycheck, so you have to be careful with it, is eating. You know, a lot of people, I've experienced it too, is you get out of work or you go on that lunch break and you go straight to Chick-fil-A, straight to Wingstop because you're hungry, you want to get something. But that's the one thing that's going to keep you broke and not get you that 10K goal. That's the warehouse cycle. They pay you, then they try to keep you broke by having that vending machine there, by having some food trucks outside. All right, let's do some math. Let's say you're just spending $5 a day on the vending machine. You're like, no fast food, just the vending machine. All right, $5 a day, every day, that's $25 a week. That's $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year just on food. That's over 10% of your 10K goal just on eating. And that's food you're not even gonna remember eating the next day. So what I've started doing is meal prepping. And a lot of people say they can't cook or they don't like cooking, but you really have to build a discipline to start cooking. When it comes to meal prepping, you're saving so much money because you can make something like lasagna, which costs about $10 to $15 to make, and have that for 3 days during your lunch instead of going to Chick-fil-A for 3 days and wasting $30. And another thing, it builds a skill, which is cooking. You might suck at cooking now, but if you really learn and discipline yourself, you'll learn how to cook and you'll be saving a lot more money. So it's really a win-win. And if you don't feel like cooking, all you need to get is some bread, some peanut butter, and some jelly. Man, 2 PB&Js, a banana, some crackers, and some water, that's my go-to right there. I'll never complain about some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. But back to the lasagna, pastas are really good because even marathon runners love it. It gives them stamina, it gives them durability. And at a warehouse job, you really need that because, you're tired, you're moving around a lot, you're walking. You don't want to be eating chips, drinking soda. That's what you really want to avoid. Tip number 2, avoid all drama. Man, what I want you to understand, a warehouse, the whole environment, just think about it as like high school. It's a high school environment. People are gossiping, people talking shit about other people. So what you need to do is avoid all of that. Now, that don't mean not talk to anybody. So obviously you need your friends. You need people you can chop it up with. Otherwise, that shit is just boring. But don't tell anyone anything you wouldn't want the whole warehouse knowing because word gets around fast. If there's anyone you do want to talk to, it's the managers. Now, don't kiss their ass and don't be a pet, but build a relationship with them because when that overtime comes, you're more likely to get it and they're more likely to look out for you. And that's really what you need. And like I said, don't kiss their ass because people see that and it gets really annoying. But, be friendly with them so they actually know you and know your name. And for this one, man, this is one I see a lot. Do not go in there trying to mess with all these girls. Look, your goal is to stack 10 bands, not get with no girls, bro. And look, I understand it, but you have to think about it. Let's say you do get with this girl, right? Y'all talking, you're having a good time, but then it all goes wrong. You have to go to work every day and work 10-hour shifts seeing this girl. And I want you to know, a girl has all the leverage over you. Like, she could really make you lose your job, but just because she's a girl. Let's say, you cut her off, you ghost her, whatever, right? She could go to the managers and say anything she wants, and they're gonna take her side. She could really frame you, and that's your job. No more 10K for you. Tip number 3, you gotta realize at warehouse jobs, they want slaves, not humans. So don't go in there trying to be, the best worker, trying to get promoted on your first day, because all they're gonna do is move you to another place, have you working way harder, and you'll be getting paid the same amount of money as the dude slacking off. The guy sprinting and the guy pacing himself are still getting the same amount of pay at the end of the day. So don't try to be, the best because you're just tiring yourself out and making this harder. If you give 110% on day 1, management will expect that every time you work. And like I said before, you're getting paid the same as everybody else. And if you're really putting that much effort in when you don't need to, you're gonna get injured way faster. You're gonna get tired. And if you're injured, then you're not making any money because you can't work. And back to pacing yourself, don't stare at that clock. Do not look at the time. It's just torture. You're just reminding yourself about, oh man, I got 8 hours left. I got 7 hours left. And I know how that feels. So the best thing you do is just lock in on what you're doing, even though it sucks, and try not to look at that clock. And a small tip is take tactical bathroom breaks. So try to take 10 to 12 minute breaks. Nothing crazy because you will get in trouble. But, you know, every couple hours, go to the bathroom, sit down, make your feet feel better. But make it tactical. You don't want to, you know, have them looking at the cameras, realizing you're gone for 20, 30 minutes. And also, if you're taking that long, the other guys around you, the other workers, they start to resent you because, you know, they're putting all this work in and you're gone for 30 minutes. Like, that's not right. But if you're taking 10, 12 minutes, and that's okay because you're just going there, getting your feet good, and then you're back, you know, back to work. Tip number 4, take care of your body. You got to treat your body like a Mercedes. Now, if you had a car, right, you got a Mercedes, are you going to give it the 87 fuel or the 93? Obviously the 93. You're going to give it the best thing. So, you know, you can't be in there, just back to the food thing, drinking sodas, eating chips. You really got to take care of yourself because, man, you got to look at this warehouse job as a gym. It's just a free gym. It's a workout. So you can't be, you know, doing whatever. Do not wear cheap sneakers. Get some good shoes or some good boots and get some memory foam inserts because you're walking on concrete the whole day and your feet and your ankles and your knees are just absorbing that. So you really need to take care of your feet because, like I said before, those are your money makers. If you can't walk, bro, you can't go to work. So you really have to take care of that. Make sure you have your gloves, your box cutters, and your ID at all times. Man, you don't want to forget your ID at home and then go to work. You can't get through the damn security and have to wait there for 30 minutes and just losing money. It's a complete waste of time and it's your fault. So what I do, I just leave it in my car in the center console so I can never forget it. Last tip, and tip number 5, you have to have extreme discipline. And that means, you might not like it, but cutting out weed and alcohol. If you're smoking and then you have a work accident, like you crash a forklift or you get hurt, the first thing they're doing is drug testing you. And if you're smoking weed, then you're failing that drug test and then you're getting fired. After work, man, just go home. Don't go out. Like, you really gotta avoid that. Remember, the whole goal is surviving and stacking up that 10K. Just go home. No parties, no clubs, at least for now, because like I said, just stacking up that 10K. And let's say you go to a party, right? Hanging out with your homies. You get home at 2 a.m., but shit, you got work at 9 a.m. or 7 a.m. or something. You're gonna be too tired to go to work. And then it's just a cycle that continues, that you're calling off, doing all this, and you're just building points against yourself. And, you know, too many points, then you get fired. And it's just off of you not being disciplined. That's it for the 5 tips, y'all. I do want to mention a few things. A lot of warehouses offer a 401k match. So if you put in 5% and they match 5%, that's just free money going into your bank account. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. Also, with the money that you're saving up, don't just have it in your bank account or in a box under your bed, because in the bank account, it's barely getting any interest on it, and your money's actually losing value to inflation. So what you should do is open up a high yield savings account and have all that money going into there, because most of the time it has an interest rate at about maybe 3 to 3.5, and your money will actually be growing over time instead of just, you know, gaining a cent every month. And trust me, I know that warehouse job sucks and you don't want to be there, but look at it this way. You have to use it as a building block to save up that money to get where you want to be, like investing into a business or a trade school or anything that you really want to pursue. Because let's be honest, you do not want to end up like the unks there that have been there for 20 years and are the same position that you are. And for me or for you, for example, you don't have a family to feed. You're not forced to work there. But the unks that have been there for 20, 25 years, they have a whole family depending on them, so they have no choice. So while you don't have all that pressure on you, just stack up and use this as a learning experience. Man, one time within my first week there, they were celebrating this guy's 25 years of working there. Man, they got cupcakes. I don't know about you, but whenever I saw that, I just knew that couldn't be me. Do not let that be you. That's all from me, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe and comment where you're from and one thing that's really draining your bank account that you need to cut out. I'll catch y'all later.